What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and yeah, looks like Chimiti's an Everton player. Looks like that deal is done, and Everton have been linked with Ianike, I think he's pronounced, PSG striker. Two different conflicting reports today. Different people saying that he's been linked, different people saying he hasn't been linked. To be honest, with any speculation with Everton this season, I just haven't really bought into it. I've tried not to. I've tried not to get carried away. But, you know, this is a young player, PSG talent, a player that, you know, could clearly add something to Everton's forward line. Clearly, a bit of quality. You would expect Mulpay to be leaving. I mean, I expect him to be leaving anyway, if I'm being honest. But, you know, you'd expect a player of his quality to come in and, you know, start games of football, and that is exactly what Everton need. Everton need a striker that will start games of football. I have real concerns about our striking position. I have real concerns about the fitness of Calvert-Lewin. I have real concerns about the quality of Neil Mulpay, and I have real concerns about putting too much pressure on a 19-year-old lad from Sporting Lisbon who made 16 appearances last season. So no matter what way you turn, I'm concerned. We've got Lewis Dobbin, who we know can play up front. But again, I actually feel like he's been better coming in off the left-hand side. So I'm not filled with confidence, but we absolutely need a striker. We had been linked with players like Harry Maguire. It looks like it's West Ham. Actually, they're potentially doing two really good pieces of business. Actually, with James Ward-Prowse and Harry Maguire, to be fair to West Ham. But yeah, I think, from an Everton perspective, we're gearing up to start the season, and we are what we are at this moment in time. We are in a bit of a state of flux. This is a team that, you know, we want to play forward. I think it's been abundantly obvious that, you know, Sean Dyche has tried to add a different dimension to Everton, a team that can pass out from the back and play through the channels. I think as well, you know, this Everton team and under Dyche, they have tried to mix it up, and we've seen in games where that has worked. We've seen in games where it hasn't worked, in terms of, you know, the possession's been it's been sort of tepid. It's not been very good. We've not done much with the ball. And that's an issue. Like, that is an issue. If you lack creativity, you're not going to score goals. And we know that. There is players that can shoot from long range. Players like Dwight McNeil can score a goal from long range. But being realistic, we don't score many. We haven't got that sort of free kick taker that will get you 2 or 3 a season. We haven't got that. So we're very much relying on our centre-halves winning corners and our forwards scoring goals. And I have concerns. I think Dan Zuma's a good signing. I think I'm happy that he's now an Everton player, and I'm happy that, you know, I'm fairly confident he will do a good job for Everton. I'm happy with Chimiti. You know, I'm certainly not against him. I think he will be a good player, but yeah, as I say, I think we need more. I think we need some actual quality. You know, proven quality players that can hit the ground running, because we need it. The Fulham game is going to be interesting. Match preview for that will be out tomorrow, but I think this Fulham game is a real sort of temperature test on where Everton are, because obviously we played Fulham last season at Goodison, and being straight, they played us off the park. Willian looked, you know, a different player. You know, he looked like his former Chelsea days player. He was really good. All sorts of mayhem was caused defensively. You know, you had a player like Kenny dominating midfield, and this is a kid that, you know, I question. I'm not questioning his ability, but you know, how many Premier League games does he start? I don't know. You know, I just think we really struggled, and we can't do that this season. You know, we can't do that. We need to hit the ground running. We've got fixtures at the start of the season. We can win games of football. I feel like we've walking into the end of this transfer window, and yet again Everton haven't done their business early. Yet again Everton, the hierarchy, have thought, okay, well, the first 3 games are a gimme. You know, seasons don't start at 3 games in. They start before the first game. They start before the first kick of the ball. And they forget this. They forget this every season, and we go into every season. And I'd argue for the last 5 years, 6 years, we've been underprepared. You know, I want to see Everton doing well from the moment the season starts, and we're not there. We're not there. But you've got to have faith. You've got to have confidence. We've got a manager that defensively knows what he's doing. We haven't lost a game in pre-season. We haven't conceded loads of goals. Some of the football at times has been abysmal. Some of the football at times has been all right. I thought against Sporting Lisbon, I thought we were all right. I thought we were good enough to win Premier League football matches. And that's what we need. You know, I'm not expecting us to challenge for Europe. I'm not expecting us to even finish in the top 10. But I'm certainly not expecting us to be bottom 4. 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. I'm not expecting that. If you'd have asked me 2 weeks ago, I'd have said we were finishing 19th. And the only difference is that we've brought in a 19-year-old striker that's not going to play, really, probably. But it's the fact that we just seem a bit more clued up. I don't think Dyche doesn't know what he's doing defensively. I think if he really needed to play for draws, I think he could. I think he knows what he's doing. And having a full season at Everton, you know, I think statistically, if Dyche was in at the start of last season, Everton would have finished 12th. So I'll take that now. I'll take 12th, I'll take 13th, I'll take 14th. I just want to see Everton not being in a relegation battle. You know, give me a very boring season where Everton are out of the League Cups and the FA Cups in the 5th round or 6th round or whatever. Just give me a season where we can feel stable and build going forward. We've got the hearing about financial fair play in October. That is coming up very, very soon. But you've got to remember the punishment they inflict on Man City has to be a lesser punishment on Everton. You know, Man City have been found guilty on something like 300 counts. Everton have been found guilty on, I think, 1. So it's a very different situation for Everton than it is Manchester City. I expect it will be millions and millions and millions of pounds fines for City. And I suspect it might be £1 million fine for Everton. And that's what I hope, because if it's a points deduction, we could be in trouble. But I truly don't think we're going to be in a relegation battle now. I feel much better having seen us the last few games sort of take a little bit of shape. I've been impressed with some players in pre-season, and I've been disappointed with other players in pre-season. I just want to see Everton try and do the right things and play the right football and make the right passes. And I know it's easier said than done, but this Everton side have got to do something, because they, as I mentioned before, us as fans, we can't cope with another season like that. There's already an absolute debacle going on off the pitch. You know, things like this MSP investment, things like Bill Kenwright still staying as chairman, the fact Mashiri still wants him to stay on the board. You know, all of these things are absolutely ridiculous and ludicrous, and, you know, none of us want that. But the fact of the matter is he is there, and this club isn't going forward with Mashiri there. But us as fans, we have to support this team, because eventually there won't be Mashiri, there won't be Kenwright, there'll be different people in charge. And you'd like to think that Everton in a new stadium, a Premier League team, will have aspirational hopes for the first time in a long, long time. And that's what you have to hope for. There is no point in life believing that you are going to settle for mediocrity, because I don't believe in that. I believe in, you know, aiming for the stars, because, you know, if you fall short, you hit the moon. It's really important that we continue to strive for success. And actually, look, this is a thing for anyone watching this, is actually you as an individual have to strive for success, because if you stand still in this day and age, people overtake you, people dominate you, people with different aspirations will eventually outclimb you, and you can't do that. Not in this day and age, not in this dog-eat-dog world. And Everton have to be exactly the same when it comes to moving in the transfer market, moving for players. Yes, we financially may not have the resource that we want. Fair enough. Deal with it. Move on. Pull your socks up. Get going. Get moving. And get down to Goodison Park. Cheer the team on. Let's win some football matches. Guys, look, that is your video tonight. There's nothing more to say. It's about time we got excited. Premier League's about to start, and the Blue Boys are back.